Welcome back to GMSKN. Today is International HR or Human Resources Day. This year it is being celebrated under the theme, HR Shaping the New Future. On this day, countries all around the world celebrate the indispensable human resource professionals who positively contribute to the success of organizations on an international scale. Therefore, it is our pleasure to speak with Gloria Esdaille-Robinson and Shanique Richards, members of the prospective St. Kitts and Nevis Human Resources Association. Where did the idea to form the SKN HR Association come from?
The idea started in March of 2020. The SKN HRP is the abbreviation for the St. Kitts Nevis Association of Human Resource Professionals. And it actually started when a group of human resource practitioners here in the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis joined together to explore the possibility of forming our very own association.
That's good. Now we need that in terms of HR. Because HR is very important to organizations. Is it your role in your place of employment that motivated you both to establish or join the organization?
Well, one of the things that happens very regularly is that we collaborate, whether it's for asking questions personally for developmental purposes or seeking to make comparisons for salaries or finding out best practices. So we thought that it really made sense for us to join together to pool our different levels of expertise or resources. And one of the things that has happened also as we've gone along with this process is the support of our very own businesses. So our chairman, at least at TDC, is very much behind the initiative and has offered our space to host meetings at any time for the SKN HRP.
So I have a short follow-up questions. Are all the organization with HR department under this umbrella?
We are hoping that everyone will
come under the umbrella.
Will come on board with us. And that is part of the drive that we are focusing on to make sure that we have full membership of all practitioners and all professionals within the HR industry.
Right. I like the fact that the HR professionals were already networking before the association came into being. Is it your specific roles at your different job placements that encouraged you guys to form the association? In other words, what aspect are you in terms of the HR profession?
Okay. To answer that question, we actually came together regarding the association due to our chairperson, Mrs. Sonia Edwards, who has been a part of the Caribbean HR Association, and participating and contributing towards that association, she recognized that there was a strong presence from other Caribbean islands in terms of representation from their very own local HR association. So that is what actually birthed the idea in terms of forming a local association here.
Oh, okay. I like that. So what are your current roles in the organization itself right now? Or is it that you haven't done that as yet? Because I realize that you said prospective association.
Yes, so that is correct. The association is currently in the implementation stages. We are currently working on the framework in terms of setting up our bylaws, which will be the constitution by which the association will be governed. This document includes terms such as our goals and our objectives, our membership, subscription, voting capabilities, dissolution. So it's a very lengthy document, but we are dedicated to finalizing that framework within at least the next 6 to 8 weeks. In terms of our contributions, we do have several committees in place. So we do have the General Planning Committee. However, we do have committees in place in terms of communication, marketing, and so forth.
So are you guys heading up any of those committees?
Yes. Yes. Okay. So I'm actually heading the communications committee in terms of sending out formal communications to different establishments, as well as we're currently in the process of launching our marketing campaign, which involves creating that social media presence so that we can establish our social media pages and just sensitize the general public about the association and what we have in store for them.
That's
Okay, what about you, Gloria?
I support her.
So I like that fact that you are both founding members. Now that we have that quite clearly. Congratulations.
And we also want to take the opportunity to list some of the other founding members as well, just to give them thanks. Of course, Shanique mentions Mrs. Sonia Edwards. She's the lead consultant and manager who's assisting us. We also have Kamara Lee Prentice. You would have had her a few weeks ago.
Yes.
Shanique herself, Joel Watley, she's now at the Labor Department.
Okay.
Trista Williams, she's at the ECCB. Miss Eugenia Petty at National Caribbean Insurance. Trevisia Adams at the Cooperative Credit Union of St. Kitts. And Mr. Dennis Freddie Knight, who is an HR consultant.
All affluent women, I must say.
Very influential persons, very experienced persons who are helping to galvanize this process forward.
Right, and quite a few of the business places in the Federation, so
So you have a wide cross-section, even down to the Labor Department, who is now
a part of the association.
And we need that. We need them to be a part of it. So is it too early for you ladies to plan activities for International HR Day?
considering that you're just founding yourselves.
No, in the past we would have had engagements. In 2020, we did an actual luncheon. And we invited one of our counseling professionals, Mrs. Michelle Delacouche Blake, to interact with us. And the focus of what she did for us was HR professionals caring for self and others. You know, we are in this business for which we are expected to care for all of our staff members. Even though sometimes some staff feel that we are on the management side of things, you know, so we have to strike that balance, you know, in how we manage the experiences of all the stakeholders within the organization. But she was able to come in and provide very good advice as to how, yes, you perform your roles, but how do you also unwind? How do you take care of you in the process of caring for others as well? And that is key.
So how important do you think the HR department is to every organization?
It's critical. You cannot run a successful business without your HR department, without your HR professionals. One of the things that is happening now also is that you're seeing, because of the effects of the pandemic, more and more persons are needing psychosocial support. That is something that perhaps we would have never considered in a very serious way before. You know, you assist, you know, in one-on-one, but you're seeing more overwhelmingly that more staff members are needing counseling services, assistance outside of the work environment that requires professional assistance. And I can tell you for sure, my company, TDC, is committed to providing that level of service to our employees. And I know Shanique at DeLille as well is so committed.
Correct. The answer to that is actually both. So my initial plan was to be in the HR field. I started off as a human resource coordinator at the St. Kitts Marriott Resort, and I was actually the youngest person to actually be part of that team, where they actually hired me approaching my 18th birthday. So I quickly grasped the opportunity. I was in employee benefits, and I worked in that department for 3 years. Then shortly after, I received an opportunity at another hotel where I was given the opportunity to be the executive assistant at Royal St. Kitts Hotel. So I stepped out of HR for a little bit, and then I worked in employee benefits for Sagicor, who were the TDC, were the agents for Sagicor at that time and still is. And then from there, I went back into HR, where I started off as a human resource officer at Dillier-Wallwin Group of Companies, and then I was promoted to HR manager within the first 6 months.
Congratulations.
Congrats. Go girl power, the woman.
Some serious girl power.
Thank you.
That's right.
What about you, Gloria?
No, well, actually, my entry into human resources began some years ago. I initially wanted to do what you're doing right now. And actually, you were one of my inspirations, Alicia. To pursue journalism. So I have a first degree in journalism and broadcast, and then, the master's in human resources.
Okay.
So having returned home, I got an opportunity at the Port Authority. And then from there, I moved on to the TDC Group of Companies, where I started as a training and development officer and has moved up now to the Chief Human Resources Officer. I've seen where HR has advanced so much from just a role where you are just managing people, ensuring that they come in, and if they have to go out, the processes are followed. But to know having that opportunity to be a strategist on our management team, that I think is most excellent, and it has really raised the bar for us in the whole human resources field, and for me personally at TDC.
I love it.
Congratulations to you as well.
Rose up the ladder.
Yes.
I love it. I love it.
The ladder.
I'm a feminist, so I love it.
So then let's get into some more details then. What are some of the duties of a human resource professional?
We're cross-functional.
Yes, I agree. HR, it contains some element of risk management in terms of ensuring that organizations remain legislatively compliant. It also entails being a strategic partner, as Gloria would have mentioned earlier, because it's most effective when you're able to get your people asset to facilitate the goals and objectives of the organization. So for me, HR within Dillier-Wallwin Group of Companies, it goes far beyond just coaching, counseling, mentoring, but also sort of steering the people asset to ensure that we overall achieve the goals and objectives of the organization.
Good stuff.
Now I like that word, people assets.
Yes.
Yes, it shows the value.
The value.
Of course. So,
Yes.
yeah, you feel valued by your company.
I think you were going to add something?
I would say yes, for sure. Being now a part of the strategic focus, you're not just looking at the immediate needs, you're also seeking to, through those same goals and objectives of the organization, what are the future needs? And therefore preparing your employees to be able to meet those future needs. So a critical element of the whole HR management function is training and development, succession management as well. How do you prepare people for tomorrow? Considering the skills that they have today,
Correct.
how do you get them to that next level? Considering everything that we have to compete with globally,
Yes.
how do we prepare? How do we survive? How do we remain competitive? So it's not just about the personal or the soft skills as we once were deemed to be managing, but it's no more strategy and business objectives that you are actually contributing significantly to the bottom line. And you're seeing it through the people skills.
So you can say the circle is now complete.
Circle is now complete.
Love it. I love it. So how has the HR department positively contributed to both of your lives?
Well, for me, I would say it has given me an opportunity to touch others in a positive way. I have been able to get exposure to a lot of the best practices in terms of professionalism. How do you even here today is another opportunity where it has positively impacted me, having an opportunity to be a part of the association, an opportunity, like I said, to have persons come into your office in a manner where they're distraught, they're looking for guidance, they need somebody to kind of point them in that right direction, and you're able to give them the correct approach to situations. How do you handle something in the workplace? And this stems from even harassment in the workplace, or if you're currently going through a training program but you need additional support, but you're not comfortable saying it within an open forum or a group. You know, I enjoy actually being able to steer persons in the right direction, and naturally I am a people's person. I like working with others. I love collaborating, and it has also brought out my skills in terms of employee benefits, because I do like recognition programs, employee benefits in terms of preparing and organizing events where team members can come out and feel appreciated by the organization they work for.
Okay, wonderful. Yes. So she wants me to work for her. Yes.
Okay, so tough question. Have you ever had to fire anyone?
Unfortunately, yes.
And what is that like then?
It's a part of the responsibility, one that you do not necessarily want to embark on or have that, but because we are following rules and regulations, we must also ensure 100% compliance from staff, from management, with the established guidelines of the organization. And where violations occur, we must act. Of course, this is not the first resort. We try to see, well, how can we alleviate this problem without having to have this employee be removed from our employ? We apply other methods in the first instance before we actually get to that point of termination. But once it has to happen, the rules have been totally violated.
So maybe in closing though, tell persons how they can, I guess, get in contact to join the HR Association. What's the procedure for that one?
Okay, so the association currently has a membership form. So for persons who are interested in becoming a member of the association, you can contact us at sknhrp2020@gmail.com, or you can contact myself at mobile number 762-8547. You can also contact our chair, Ms. Sonia Edwards, and she's 664-2987.